Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here again with those little stamped pieces of vintage ephemera that we made recently, and I thought let's just kind of use up some more of those just because they're lingering around on my desk now. So yeah, I'm kind of conscious of trying to just move things along and not have things laying around on my desk forevermore. So I'm just going to tear out a couple, and yeah, so I've got the stamped images which we stamped obviously onto the vintage ephemera pieces, and I've also got a variety of other pages. So I've got some of my kind of food colour pages, some of my coffee dye pages, and then I've also got these fly sheets. Now the fly sheets, from my understanding, they're, you know, like the blank sheets that you get at the beginning of a book, they're those. So I've got some of those to use, and then I've also got some various little book pages. So a variety of different things here. I've got some with birds and things. I also, have some with kind of buildings and things like that. So we might be able to incorporate some of these. I'm not quite so sure actually about these ones now that I look. They might not be quite right, but I've got some with some leaves and plants and things as well. And what else have I got? I have got some of the Victorian advert type pieces. These are actually, yeah, now I'm looking and remembering exactly what more I had in mind when I was coming on to do the video. So these are more the types of bits that I was thinking I would use. So for instance, we've got this lovely clock here and things. So I just thought we would get layering up some little bits and pieces. So I'm going to start by just tearing down, I think, at the side of here. So as we get these into sort of more manageable pieces. You know, it's just a little way of just using up some of our little, you know, fly sheets. You know, like the blank bits that otherwise, you know, you might just perhaps be throwing in the bin. And it's, you know, obviously we don't want to waste anything, do we, as junk journalists? We want to try and use every single little bit. So we just tear those down. And then, for instance, on this book, I'll just take that down there. On this book, obviously it's got that gorgeous clock image. So I'm just going to just take that, I think probably across actually there. And then I can just tear that down here. Now I might be able to use that just exactly as that is. Now, do we want to have that with the black image rather than the blue? So I think I did stamp a couple in black, although now, oh yeah, I did, yeah. So I'm just going to do the black one. Now I did coffee dye this, although it was, you know, vintage ephemera in the first place, it wasn't really overly discoloured. So I just coffee dyed it so it was a little bit more vintage looking. So like that. Now this is a vintage book, but it's not hugely vintage, and as you can see, it's obviously not particularly discoloured, so I can definitely kind of do some coffee dye or something on that as well. Now I'm just going to mix it in with some tracing paper. So this is tracing paper, which again I have obviously coffee dyed, which it coffee dyes wonderfully actually, the tracing paper, and it's just going to give a sort of another little effect on here. So like that. So, and actually now I've done that, I don't even think that I need to coffee dye this, because to be honest, it's being covered by that coffee dyed tracing paper anyway, in which case, you know, it's kind of disguising the fact that that's not coffee dyed, if that makes sense. So, yep, let me just get my blendy tool and my ink. What have I done with my ink now? There it is. I know it was here sort of somewhere buried. So I'm just going to go round this. Okay. And I'll just do a bit on the back as well, just, you know, like that. Okay. So yeah, like that. And then this one here. Now, thinking perhaps get a couple of pages in the background as well. So just going to take some of this, which is the actual kind of fly sheet from the book. So again, just take that down like that. And just tear that across. Again, just maybe ink that up. You can, you know, you can coffee dye it, make it look more grungy. But yeah, I think we'll just do it like that. So we're just layering up a few little bits and pieces like that. And then now, do we like this or like this? Probably off to the side. So I'm just going to staple that on, and then what I want to do is I've got some tassels here. I think this is a black one. Yep. So I'm just going to take that little tassel and just have that, oops, have that hanging from my little piece as well. So I'm going to glue that on with a wax seal. So I think like that. Just so it's made a little bit more of that little piece. So now just trying to decide how the best way to do this is. So I'm thinking maybe glue the tassel down a little bit as a sort of starting point, like that. Okay, and then glue the the wax seal over the top, and that will just then hold that in place. Oops, I've done it lopsided. It had a bee on there, and now the bee's lopsided, but it doesn't really matter. And then obviously I can then trim this out like that. How cute does that look? And it's just another way to use those gorgeous tassels, isn't it? So, you know, and you could just then pop that onto a page, or, you know, however you like really. So I'm just going to put that to one side. So let's do another one. So we'll take this one. Okay. Love this one in the blue. It's really pretty, isn't it? So like that. Okie dokie. And yeah, I've straight away got this piece, which just use this as it's here. Ink this up a little bit. Then what did I do with my other piece of tracing paper? That's over here. And let's just see if we've got another image that we can put with this. So for this one, I've got this crest, which again is a really beautiful piece of, you know, decorative piece from the book. So I'm just going to go around here. I'm just going to do that like that, I think. And then I'm just going to tear that down here. Okay, it might be a bit wide, so I might have to just trim that down slightly more. Okay, and then I will just ink this bit, but actually I'm a bit worried that this is going to go a horrible colour. Oh, it's not too bad. It's just because that book page is a little bit on the yellowy side, so I didn't want it going a really horrible colour. But actually it's okay. It looks okay. So we can put that like that under there. I mean, I just love the way that vellum looks over the top of the images. They're really nice, aren't they? And then yeah, we'll have this one here. So I'm just going to staple that together. And then I've got a little turquoise tassel. And then just this gorgeous crown. So again, let's just glue the tassel on a bit. Okay, and then I can this time around try taking those bits out first before we glue the seal down, and then hopefully we've managed to get that glued on better, haven't we? Not glued on better, but you know, trimmed neater. So that one there. Okay. Oh, how gorgeous does that look? Love, love, love how that looks. I mean, I love these tassels, to be honest. There is something really rich and gorgeous about them, isn't there? So, yeah, just a little fun way to use your tassels, really, in your journals. So let's take this one. Perhaps we'll have this one. Okay. Like that, and we just, again, I just like the torn edges, you know. I realise that's not probably everybody's cup of tea, but yeah, I think the torn edges are really, really pretty, aren't they? So I go for the torn edges, really. We have got obviously advert on the back of this, but you know, I'm not too worried about sort of covering it up or whether I've cut it so as you can see the complete advert or anything, because obviously the main focal point really is the front. So again, going to just take that vellum and just pop that over there. I must coffee dye some more of this vellum because I hope the camera's showing it. It really does coffee dye really, really beautifully. I mean, it's not actually vellum, it's got to be said. It is actually tracing paper. But you know, it works the same as vellum, so it's pretty much the same. So again, just going to cut this down here. Like that. Okay. Again, just going to ink this one up. Like that. Yeah, I just thought, well, this is a fun way to use the tassels. It's really great because we're getting some bits off of my desk. Obviously, the stamped pieces that I'd stamped in the previous video. So, yeah, it's all good. Now, actually, just before I do this, I'm just going to see whether we want to have this. Now, I don't know how this is going to look, whether it will look nice or whether actually it's not really going to look quite right, because obviously it's an oval frame. Oh, doesn't look too bad, actually. Thought it might have looked really terrible, but yeah, I don't mind it. So I'm going to go for the frame, I think, on this one. I like the fact it's the frame. Oh, do you know what? If I was really clever, I would actually be able to do that there. And it would hang over her face. I'm not that clever, unfortunately. I have now cut it too short. So let me try this one. Oh, gosh. Probably is not even making sense what I'm trying to do, but let's just cut this down here. And then if I make this a little bit longer, like that. Oh, I've now cut this, I think, too close to the frame. Oh, it's not going well so far. So I'm thinking, perhaps like that. Let me grab my oval punch. I don't know how this is going to look because my oval punch is obviously not the same size as that oval. Let me just have a look, because I think I've got one that is bigger. Don't know whether it's going to be big enough. Hold on. Got a 3-inch and I've got a 2-inch oval punch. So let's just give those. Oh, this is massive. This is the 3-inch one, so that's too big. Now the 2-inch one, oh, it's not really the same shape. Give it a try. Well, it's not too bad. Should we try that? And then I can just staple that there. Let's staple it on that side. And then we could use a purpley tassel. I've got one. Like that. So I'm just going to pop this one down here. Okay. Just put that one down there. Okay, just cut these threads off. Okay, put that out of the way. Right, let's see. I don't know whether this is the right colour. Not really. Not great. Oh, that one's better. Yeah, it's a little bit high up, to be honest. The tassel is a little bit high up, but it's fine. It will work okay. So yeah, let's pop that down there. Oh, how gorgeous does that look? I love how that one looks. That's so cute, isn't it? So yeah, perhaps we'll try and do another one a bit similar to that. So I don't know whether I'm going to manage to do it actually, because yeah, I've only got this green one, which unfortunately I've smudged a little bit, which is not ideal. Let's just see how this will look. So yeah, I have smudged it, which is a bit annoying, but let's just check out what I've got here. Well, I'm thinking, I wonder if I could have it. Oh, I don't know. Let's have a look here and see what I've got here. Oh, I've got all these here. That one's quite nice. So, right, let's go for this one. So, I'm just going to cut that along there. Now, I'm going to try again doing that, punching out the centre of this. Oh, gosh. I mean, it's kind of a, yeah, very much a precision thing, because that oval punch is pretty much the size of, you know, of that oval, if you see what I mean. So, yeah, we can't afford to kind of make any mistakes. Now, thinking like that. And then I wonder if we should have some vellum over there, because we did on the other one, didn't we? So I'm just going to cut this down. Okay. Oh, the vellum just transforms it, doesn't it, to be honest? I don't know about you guys, but yeah, I really like the addition of the vellum. It makes it look quite different to how it looked previously. So let's pop that down. Ooh, like that. Oh my goodness, this is a tricky operation. So I'm thinking staple it here. So over on this little corner. On there. I'm just going to trim down the top a little bit. Like that. And then, oh my goodness. I mean, look at this colour of this tassel. I don't know whether this is quite the right colour, to be honest. Oh, it's not really, is it? But did you see the colour of that? It was so pretty, wasn't it? So this one's a much better colour. Yeah, much better colour. Right, let's glue that one down. Okay. Oops. And I'm trying to put this one a bit lower now, because that other one was a bit on the high side, which then meant my wax seal had to go a little bit high. So hopefully this is a bit better where I've put this one. Okay, I don't know whether I've got any greens that are quite green enough. Not really. Ooh. Honestly, I did all these wax seals and now I've still not got quite the right colour. Hold on, perhaps I'm better off going with a bit more of a contrast, more like that, I think. So rather than trying to match it up, sometimes you're better, aren't you? You know, rather than trying to match it and failing miserably, just go for a contrast, you know, that's completely different in the first place. But yeah, so that's that one. Isn't that so pretty? I just love how that looks. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah, really, really, really nice. Now let's try one of those leafy type ones, because I'm not great with using sort of more nature type images. You know, I'm always very drawn to like the ladies and, you know, the vintage type things, rather than the botanicals. So yeah, let's try a botanical image rather than just always the ladies. It's weird, isn't it? But we're all just drawn to, you know, what we're drawn to. And yeah, for some reason, just botanical and the nature type things, I don't know. I just struggle to use them, I think. Right. This one, I'm now thinking that's a little bit on the big side. So perhaps I'm better off going with a little ticket or something. So I've got those tickets that we stamped. Well, I say I've got those tickets and now I can't see them anywhere. Ooh. Oh, I'm not sure what I've done with the tickets that we stamped. They're obviously buried here somewhere on my desk, but no idea where. I thought, oh, I'll be really organised and, you know, do this before it all gets buried. Before it all gets buried on my desk. And no, it's buried already. So much for being organised. Clearly not organised enough, was I? Right, so I'm going to go for the bigger flower. I don't even know whether this is a flower. I mean, my botanical knowledge is not the best. It might be a weed. I'm not really too sure. But yeah, I'm going to go for this. So again, just going to tear that down. I just really like the torn edges. And then again, just going to ink this up. I mean, like I say, could coffee dye this, would look really pretty. But that tracing paper being over it with the coffee dyed tracing paper, you know, actually it stops you needing to coffee dye this. You know, it looks really nice anyway because it does colour it. So, I mean, doesn't that look gorgeous? It's a little bit of a trick, really, I suppose, to save you having to actually coffee dye everything. Overlay it with some book page, not book page, tracing paper, which has been coffee dyed. And it just saves you having to actually coffee dye it then, you know, separately. So I might just mix that with this little sheet here. Okay, and just ink this up. Are you okay, sweetie? Yeah, yep. Are you going to school in a minute? That's my son. I know I say this all the time, it's so boring, but yeah, he's doing A-levels at the moment. So, of course, his school times, you know, he's kind of able to go at random times now. Well, I mean, they're not random. He's got a timetable, obviously, but yeah, it's not kind of the same times every day. It's different times every day. So, right, I'm actually wondering whether I should just cut this down and have just a section of this. So I'm going to try that. So like that. Because then it's not going to go over that image so much. So like that. Okay, and I'm just going to staple that like that. That's rather nice, isn't it? And then again, I think what we'll do is maybe use, got some sort of yellowy gold. No, I don't like that. Don't like that at all. So let's just go with the green again, maybe. And then are we going to mix it up with... Oh no, look what's happened to that wax seal. Have to remelt that one and do that one again. Yeah. Let's try the... Yeah, that's quite nice, isn't it? So again, just going to go in with my hot glue. Like that. Again, I've just moved that down slightly, just, you know, so I've got plenty of room to put my wax seal on. Like that. Okie dokie. Okay, and then, yeah. Going to put that one on like that. Yeah. And, you know, you can probably see, I mean, again, it's just a completely contrasty wax seal. I haven't tried to match it up colour-wise or anything. I've just gone with, you know, a completely different shade of green. How gorgeous is that? It's so pretty, isn't it? So, yeah, that's that one. Right, let's do, what were the other images? Oh, I had the bird images, didn't I? So, yeah, let's bring in a bird one. Okay. See, now I'm wanting to hoard the bird images. I mean, what's wrong with me? Absolutely ridiculous. Right. it's because they're all really nice images. And yeah, this is one of the books that I have had these book pages in my shop, and yeah, they're all really nice images. So actually trying to then use them, you know, it's actually really difficult because they're lovely. And you know, if you're anything like me, you don't then want to actually use them if they're a bit too nice. So I've got the blue, which I'm sure I did have a blue bird. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Right, okay, so I'm going to have to be brave and just cut into this. So just going to take this down here. Now, obviously, again, this has got an image on the back. It's just one of those things, you know, you can't really kind of do anything about that. So just going to cut that down like that, okay. And then just ink around the edge. Okay. Yeah, I've definitely had these book images in my shop, and you know, hopefully I'll have some more of the book page bundles in my shop soon. I know that they do sell out quite quickly, so yeah, I shall let you know when there's more in there, because they are quite popular. So right, okay. Again, just going to cut this down now. Just trying to be stingy really, so that I definitely get the best out of this sheet of the tracing paper. So I'm just going to tear this off at the bottom. And then we can have this one over there, like that. And then I'm just going to put some of that fly sheet down behind here. So yeah, let's just do that there. Okay, and just tear this down here at the bottom. Okie dokie, right. So this has got, you know, some kind of detailing from where it's been torn out of the book. Again, I quite like things like that because I think it makes it quite characterful. But, you know, I mean, obviously, yeah, you might not like things like that, but I might try and actually, you know, incorporate that by actually having it tucked around like that, I think, because I actually think that's really, really nice. No, that's not really working, is it? All right, hold on. Oh, I might have to cut this down slightly more because I want to have more of that lovely bird showing. So just going to tear it down, or cut it down a bit more so it's a little bit thinner, a little bit narrower, and then we can have it there. So yeah, I like how that looks, and I'm just going to staple that like that. And then what colour should we have on here? This one. Not too bad, but actually might even have a sort of rusty colour. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah. So again, just going to glue this down here. Okay, just snip that off. Oops. Like that. Okie dokie. And oh, now do I want to try and match in the text? I know I said about not doing that, but that's not too bad, is it? So yeah, let's go for this. Oh, how gorgeous does that look? Love how that one looks. That's really pretty, isn't it? So yeah, really, really like that. Should we do one more? We've probably got time for one more, haven't we? So yeah, should we do another bird one? The only thing is these birds are a little bit wider, but I don't think that matters. So let's do this. Obviously my tracing paper now is very small. I'm going to have to now cut into another piece, which, oh gosh, I was being so stingy. Right, okay, let's cut this down a little bit so as I can be a little bit stingier with my tracing paper. Okay. Just cut that down a bit there as well. Okay. Now, can I have this behind there? Yeah, that's not too bad actually, is it? So I'm just going to tear this edge off. Okay. So just ink around here a bit. I mean, yeah, just a good way to use some of those fly sheets and things from your book pages that, you know, otherwise might just sit there for a bit. So this is quite a good way to just use them up. And, you know, gorgeous way to use some of your book images and, of course, you know, of course, your tassels. So, and the other thing that you could use, I guess, if you didn't have tassels, and I haven't tried this, but I'm thinking perhaps something like feathers might look quite nice on here. I mean, especially if you're doing bird images. But, yeah, I'm thinking kind of feathers might look quite cool on here. You know, because they would have a similar-ish effect. So, yeah, maybe something like that might be quite nice. Okie dokie. Right, and then the vintage ephemera stamped piece. I wish I could find those other tickets that I had stamped. Honestly, I don't know what I must have done with them. I mean, like I say, they are definitely on my desk somewhere, but who knows where they actually are now. So, yeah, very annoying, because I would have quite liked to have used, quite like to have used one of those, but I've just had another look and nope, I definitely can't see them anywhere, which is pretty annoying. Right, so do we want to go for... I'm just going to try this. This will probably look rubbish, but just thinking, well, it might look okay. So let's try this one. Or you could even have it sort of sideways like that. Well, it's a bit weird sideways, isn't it? Or we could have the oval frame. Oh, the oval frame is really nice. I mean, I know that's weird. Oh, I wonder if we could try punching out the oval on, have that bird face showing. Oh, let's try this. Oh, struggling to even put it in my punch now. Hold on. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? Okay. Oh, how cute is that one? Love how that one looks. That's so gorgeous. Right, let's just quickly punch this one on and then punch it, not punch it, staple it on. And then I've just got these gorgeous blue. Now, do I have a blue? Yeah, something like that, I'm thinking. So let's just glue this down. Like that. Oops. Just snip that out. Okay, and then I'm just going to pop down that wax seal. Just before I do, I'm just going to check that I wouldn't rather mix it up. You know that I said about, you know, sometimes if you can't find the right colour, maybe clash it, you know, with something completely different. I think that's quite nice. Or, what's this one? Oh, that one's quite nice actually. Oh, okay. Right, let's go for this one. Okay. Honestly, that was a tough decision, wasn't it? Right, just pop that one down on there. How gorgeous does that look? So cute, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely love them. They're just really fun to do. And, you know, just another kind of way, like I say, to use up some of your tassels, some of your vintage ephemera, some of your tracing paper bits, and, you know, some of those fly sheets in your books that otherwise, you know, maybe, like I say, would just sit there for a bit. So let's move this all out the way and see the ones that we... Oh, look. Oh, look. That's the tickets that I was talking about. Let's have a look and see the ones that we have done. So I'm just going to put them out on this plain sheet. So, yep, we've done these, that and that. So yeah, I mean, they came together super quickly. So we've done 2, 4, 6, 7 in that brief time. So yeah, I hope that you like them and they've given you some ideas. I mean, I think they're really pretty. And then you've got obviously your images that you can kind of flick through. You could just glue them onto a page. You know, if this were a journal page, you could just glue them on, say, 2 sides and then just, you know, have them there to flick through. Yeah, just really like them. So yeah, I hope that you like them. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you feel inspired. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much. Bye.